Welcome back to Bert's Paradise, where, yeah, I'm a little worse for wear today. And you can see I'm in the end for multiple reasons, but let's not look at it, Enderman. You can see I only have 2 out of my 4 netherite tools. I lost my wings. I don't have my helmet. Yeah, may or may not have had a few incidents when trying to, improve my wall. So we needed to get more resources to build the wall. I ran out of andesite and a few other things. It's looking good. I'll show it to you in a little bit. So I decided, hey, let me just go to our fortress and build or get some skulls to build a beacon. No big deal, right? Well, I was wrong. I entered a crazy death loop and lost 2 out of the 4 tools that I have for netherite. Just gone. And lost my wings. So I'm going to need to recover those at some point. But I didn't lose my pickaxe, which is really good. That is, one of the biggest ones. I just need efficiency 5 on it. So, yeah, I'll need to do that. But we're going to start by making a wither. I was able to get 3 skulls somehow. I was that lucky. And what I've got here, you'll probably recognize from other people's videos too. Make sure we're in the center here. This is going to trap the wither. So the wither is going to spawn, its head's going to get caught in there, and then we'll be able to kill it very easily. I need this for the beacon, and I wanted a beacon so I could get some more andesite. That's kind of what started all of this, but now since I'm kind of worse for wear, I think we're going to go a different route. So let me kill the wither here real quick. I'll keep that on camera because, knowing me, I'll probably do something funny, like mess this up and go into another death loop. But we're going to get this guy going, get a beacon, get some more materials, and then I think I'm going to build an enderman farm so that we can level up and get everything we need to get the enchants for our gear to be much better. So let's just do this. Oh gosh, this is going to be loud. And then the wither should just be caught. That is obnoxious. Hostile mobs. How are you so loud? Sorry for the headphone users there, but I did get a wither head, which is nice, and we got our nether star. So with that, I'm going to go back into the overworld. I'm going to grab some materials. We're going to create this enderman farm, and I'll probably time-lapse that. We'll get ourselves back up to level 30, get some enchants going, and then I'll introduce you to the updates I've made on the wall. Let's get it going. All right, so after many incidents, we have finally gotten our efficiency 5. Whew, that was way too much. Way too much. So now I think I have everything I need. We have our beacon ready. We have torches to light the way for when we start digging things out. So I'm going to throw some of this in here. We don't need some of this. And we are going to hopefully head back up to the normal overworld. And we're going to start to finally dig things out. So in what I plan to be a quick jaunt to get a beacon, turned into lose all of my armor, all of my elytra, all of my netherite tools, and having to recover literally everything, running out of diamonds, and then recuperating off camera, getting all of my stuff, and I'll show you where we're at right here. I've got gold and the rest of that. I've got one thing that's okay. I got a decent sword. Yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. So the whole project was supposed to just be, hey, let's throw in some more andesite because I need some more andesite to make this look great. And what an adventure we've had this episode. So I'm going to go ahead, get back to where we need to be, set up this beacon, and then I'll cut back when we've made some progress. Okay, we are back in the overworld, and I'm over sort of near where there is going to be the national park, because there is a lot of andesite here, and even, I guess, some lapis. So I'm going to dig this out. I want it to be on camera when I light my first beacon, so I'm just kind of clearing out a quick area here. So as long as the beacon can reach the sky, we're fine. Some of it can be buried, but I need a 9x9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. So we're going to light this thing up. I'm going to do a little excavating, and then we're going to go back over and show the progress that I have made and why I need some of this andesite. But, yep, all of this work just so I can do what I'm doing now, but 4 times as fast. So let's see. It's been a while since I've made a beacon. I've been playing in creative and just kind of like in relaxing mode. So this is actually very exciting for me. And you can see my iron farm has come in handy. I wish you could make a copper beacon. Actually, never mind. Let me rephrase that because copper would be too easy. I wish you could make like a copper beacon. However, maybe like the effects like half of what a normal beacon would. Like it would be cool if they had like different tiers. So like iron's pretty easy to get. Like what if you could get like a iron tier beacon that gave you like haste 1. In order to get haste 2, you needed like a diamond or like even something stronger like emeralds maybe. I don't know. But I think that would be kind of a fun idea. But that way you could get an early game beacon from... did I put this right? Oh, of course. You get like an early game beacon that, you know, from just collecting copper. And then when you need to upgrade, you can make it proper. Okay. Let there be light. Hey! Bringing home the beacon. Okay, so we want haste. And we want haste 2. Check. Yay! Look at this. Oh, it's so great. Oh, look at all of this that I am mining. So good. That feels so nice. And all of this will be able to be used for my terraforming project to make the little rocky slopes around my base. So let me do a little bit here of collecting. Still haven't made that piglin bartering farm. That could have been on the list had I not lost all my items. But here we are. At least we can get like a little bit of a win, knowing that like we got some of this accomplished. Because this right here, all of this andesite. Hey, a cave. I knew it was down here, but... And I actually probably do need some diorite, so it's not bad that we're getting this. I want to use more diorite. I know a lot of people tend to not like diorite. They say it's ugly, and I tend to agree a little bit, but I want to find a good way to use it. And I think some of the stuff I've used for like this rock wall that I have is a good use. But then I've also done the polished diorite in the tunnel already, and I think that looks pretty cool. So I'll try and find a little bit more. One of the goals that I haven't really mentioned, but I'm going to strive for with this world is I want to use eventually every single block in some capacity that, you know, reasonable. Obviously, like netherite blocks is completely unreasonable to use any more than like one maybe. But, you know, purpur, endstone bricks, stuff that I usually don't put in my builds because they're either hard to get or, you know, I don't really build things that are like candy purple. So, hoping to, I think, like, it's not like a huge, like, oh, I must do this by X date, but it's more of just, this is something that I think would be cool to push my, my skills and my abilities. So eventually, you know, I'm gonna want to do that. So that's gonna be a fun one, and I think this beacon will help a lot because there's some blocks that are just kind of a pain to gather, and I don't want to deal with any more creepers or any more deaths. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a couple, 6 and a couple. I've got a stack of that. Let's do this trick. If you haven't seen it, falling blocks, you can place torches and it gets everything. So I'm gonna grab some of this gravel because I actually do need gravel. I've been saying it for like 3 episodes now that I'm gonna build a piglin bartering farm or do something. Still haven't gotten to it. Maybe that'll be the meme of this series. I'll just never get around to it. I want at least a stack. So if we can get that, that'd be great. But really excited how things are turning out over there. I've been like really excited to show, but I can't until we make progress. And that progress being grabbing this andesite. Because I am so close, it basically looks like Swiss cheese right now, because I've kind of outlined things with the other blocks in the block palette, and I've left holes where I want the andesite, so that'd be no good to show. So this will allow me to go fill those in, and then I can kind of do a grand reveal of the larger area, because I made a lot of progress. I had some time off from work. I was visiting family. Didn't really have too much internet. It's always fun to disconnect and get in that state. But yeah, so I was just placing blocks and got a decent area done. But yeah, so I think with that, I should get the full stack. Let's see. How many more? 2 more. Sure, I'll take that. Great. So with that, I'm going to cut it here. And the next time you see me, I will be standing in front of the mostly finished rock wall that we've been working on for a little bit now. So I'll catch you now in a minute. All right, we are back. After many hours, in fact, a few days even, to get all of these blocks placed, and I am super happy about it. I am literally jumping for joy because we've made a ton of progress, and I want to show it to you. I'm letting it peek there in the corner of the screen. Don't look just yet. I promise. I'll show it all. But I got on a bit of a roll here. And let me go ahead and hop into creative mode here real quick. And let's take a look. So the wall looks so much different. And I've added a lot of detail and a lot of extra stuff here, including this little bridge. I am going to wax the copper so it doesn't oxidize, because I do like the color. And then I think I'm going to update the game so I can get those copper bars, because I think that would look cool. But if we start to come around here, we initially just had, if I put it into frame, this little section here. And what I've gone and done is added multiple tiers of all of this. And I really wanted to kind of highlight just how rocky and unfit for agriculture this side is. And maybe we moved all the dirt from here to there. I don't know. Haven't figured out the lore just yet. But we've got a good transition here. I haven't done it on the right side just yet because I'm not sure I like it. But we are kind of transitioning down to grass here. But let's start from the top. So, spoiler, this is just a wall for now. But what I want to do is I want to make this a giant waterfall. And then maybe do either have a glacier up here or like a giant lake that is what is feeding this. So I'm going to replace this with stones and such. And then if we come over here, I have this little outcropping. And this is kind of fun. I haven't done this side yet, but I wanted to add some more to it. So you can see that there's like 3 or 4 tiers of this waterfall as it comes down. And I really like how this has turned out. And originally I was going to just build, rocks and kind of like level them out, but I liked how it started to look with the waterfall, and I realized I really needed a good water source for this bottom one and having it feed into the ocean. So that's why I opted for something like this. So yeah, I got to make it fit in a little bit better up here to the terrain as we go into the precarious road over here. But again, I think if I put like a lake or a glacier up here, then that'll work pretty good. The only problem if I put a glacier here is I've got to kind of make that consistent going that way. So I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So more to come. Got to figure out the lore there. But let's kind of zoom in on some of these details here real quick. So you can see I've added the pale moss that we had gathered. And then I built this cool little tree. So I used the pale oak wood and then some birch leaves because I thought they looked really good. I didn't want the gray leaves. I wanted like a green, but not a vibrant green to kind of match the rocks. And I kind of made it so that it's growing out of the rocks. Now, I've seen a few trees like this in like volcanic areas, like on National Geographic and stuff. Oops, missed a spot there. We'll ignore that. And so that was kind of my inspiration for this, just a tree just persisting, saying, nope, I'm bringing life where you wouldn't expect there to be. And just kind of providing a little bit of life to this and, breaking up the terrain a little bit. And that's also why I wanted to make this little outcropping too. And it'll give me a nice overlook here when I want to, come up and see what's going on over here. Coming down here, I've got the multi-tiered waterfalls feeding these like little lake. I don't know what to call them, just like little lakes, we'll call them. And so, yeah, I just want it to kind of be natural feeding into these. And then, the ocean has to have some source of water. It can't just come out of nowhere, in my mind. So as we come down here now, you can see I've covered all of the bottom with cobblestone. So I want it to be cobblestone. Not too much of a differentiated pattern there because I want it to look like, the stones in a river. And then I got that coming all the way down here. Looks like I missed a few. And then here was kind of cool. So I wanted the river to kind of bend this way, but it didn't look so good with just the grass. And so I built this rock, similar palette, kind of coming out because I want to just show that this is like rocky terrain that's under this dirt. So like if you want to do anything with it, you've got to move the dirt. And so that's what this this left side may have done in the past. So then it comes out here and it feeds the ocean. So we've got a little bit more realism, not hyper realistic, but you know, I want to know where all this water came from, and there's got to be stuff that feeds it. It can't just sit there in my mind. So this is one way to do it, and I really like how this has turned out. And so it kind of like makes me want to think about this area at a larger scale. And you can see as I'm putting together this right side, the left side looks a little bit small because I may have went a little crazy on the right side. So I think what we have to do here, we got to move our villager friend over there. And I think I'll want to expand this entire mountain out to the edge of this little ravine, because that way we'll have a little bit more mountain to deal with, and we can do more on this side with it, and it won't look so, you know, horribly small in comparison to that. And I think that'll be pretty good. And then as we come out here, we can start to populate this with all of our fields, more of the ranch houses that I want. But yeah, this was the big accomplishment of the marathon that was the last 2 weeks trying to put this together. It's just so funny because like all of this on the right hand side where all you see the andesite placed, those were just gaps. I placed everything and I didn't want too many blocks, you know, adjacent to each other. I mean, even up here it gets pretty close, but all of that was missing andesite, and so all of that warranted me going and getting a beacon, and me going and getting a beacon led to so many deaths. And actually, I wonder, can I see the statistics? I can't remember where we see them. Advancements. It's right here. So mobs. So if we look, we need to go to enderman. I've killed 2,100 endermen, but an enderman has killed me 8 times. So I had 8 deaths basically building that. I think there was 1 or 2 times I died during the ender dragon fight, but I had like 8 deaths caused by endermen building that enderman farm. The wither skeletons, I've killed 34 of them, but I've never been killed by them. So I actually got super lucky with my drops. What I didn't get lucky with is if we come back up here to the blaze, I got killed 3 times. So the couple times that they killed me, my stuff went in lava, and you would have thought that I would have had time to retrieve the netherite stuff, but alas, here we are. So that's kind of what we've been dealing with, and a little bit of a shorter one this time. I promise you I got a lot done given everything that happened. You can see I'm geared up again. So I've got some planning to do, some gathering of resources. I'm going to try and update this world to the latest so we can get some new copper goodies. And yeah, so anyway, hope everyone's had a good, happy new year. By now, when you're watching this, so you've had a couple weeks, like a week and a half or so into the new year. So hopefully that's going good for everyone. Thank you for all the support. Stay tuned. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and consider subscribing if you have not already. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.